Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Terrence Ray, and back at you with a live stock market update today. Right now, looking at the market, I am on the Thinkorswim platform right now. We're showing the S&P 500 futures are up about 48 handles. The Nasdaq futures are up about or a percent and a half. So let's take a look at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is moving, and I'll get to why that's moving in a quick second. The Dow futures are up about 117 handles, and the Russell futures are the only ones that are down. So, which makes me question whether this up move will continue. But let's go ahead and let's zoom in if we can on the Nasdaq futures, and we can see that we got a big green candle going right now. I still would be skeptical and as to getting long just because I said the Russell futures aren't moving. Matter of fact, they're flat to down. So we'll see. But one of the main reasons why I think the Nasdaq is blowing up the spot like that is we take a look at Google. Google gapped up today, and Google gapped up today on news that they have some news that they're maybe working with Apple, or Apple is going to use Gemini for its AI. Let's see if I can find that story up here. I was looking at it earlier. When it came out this morning. Uh, There you go. Apple stock rises amid report. It's in talks with Google. Let's see. Over a deal to use the Gemini artificial intelligence engine in the iPhone. Bloomberg reported earlier this Monday. So Gemini, Google's suite of generative AI models, could be integrated into iPhone software later this year, the news agency said, citing unidentified people familiar with the matter. So you see Google is up. Let's see, Apple is up. And that may be one of the main reasons why we see the NASDAQ moving. Also, Microsoft is up. Meta is up. I'm going to go back to this Google chart and let's zoom out a little bit, see if we can. You see, we got a little pattern developing here. And let's see, let's go do it like this. Zoom out. I just want everything. Come on now. There we go. So I want to take everything off of it and then look at it. You can see we got a trend line going here, and then we got a top. I really could zoom this out to here, almost like an expanding megaphone. You see how it's moving up, like almost like a mouth opening. So we might see the stock continue to go up. And if I was to go out further with this trend line probably tops out like right around 160, depending on like, so if you keep going up and to the right, the trend line continues to go. That trend line would be almost like a running uh resistance level. So I could see just me just looking at it like this, we could see Google continuing to go, up to around the 160 level. The high right now is 153.78. I could definitely see it taking out this high. It's currently at 149. So that may not be a bad move. So it's up 6% on the day. Now, as far as it being, I'd have to check, um, see if I got like a RSI already set up on one of these scans. Let's see where it's at on the RSI. So it's not overbought on the RSI, not yet anyway. So right now on the RSI we got a 65. So I definitely could see it moving out. So it did close the gap right here. So you can see this hole right here. So we are seeing some resistance right here. You possibly can see it continuing to go up. Let's take a look at some other stuff that I had on. I wanted to take a look at Tesla. Tesla formed a little harami at the end of the week last week. See right here, ever since it had this downslide from this gap down, and you can see right here, I'm gonna show you guys the Harami. Try to highlight it right here, a doji. So you got a doji candle right here, and the body of this doji um, closed out within this body of this red candle, and then you get a gap up today. Now I don't know if I'm not saying Tesla is gonna continue to go all the way up here, um, but we do have divergence down here on the RSI, and we can see that it did come from the oversold. It was oversold right here, and then it popped up. So anytime when you get divergence on your oscillator, and the RSI can act as an oscillator as well, something like that. So basically, if I draw something like this here, see that, and then you got your trend line from here to here. So see, you got divergence, and then we got a gap up. It's not a bad place, in my opinion, to get long Tesla. You might get a nice move. I could see it coming up in here to where this moving average is, which would be some resistance, and that'll be right around 184, something like that. So we just have to be on the like now. If I go to intraday and see if we got an intraday setup, let's see. I look at the hourly. So you got a low, high, a low, and then you got your gap up. Let's see what this does. Now this looks even better to me when you see this trend line right here, because you want to see a break out of this trend line, then probably come up here to fill this gap. So it's not a bad looking chart looking at Tesla. Let's take a look at what else did I have on my scratch pad. Some things I took. We looked at Google. We're gonna talk about the SPX. Now we do have. I really didn't expect a whole lot at the beginning of the week because we got a FOMC decision this week where they're gonna decide what they're gonna do with the interest rates. Now on here, on Think of Swim, I have a when I look at the expected move, I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. There you go. All I gotta do is click a button, and you can see right here. Let's see if I can. Now you can see. I wanna. Let's see. There we go. Now you can see for the past few weeks because they're on here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 weeks. Let's go back 3 weeks. Here was the expected move. So you seen the first day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Stayed within the range, right? The next week, Monday, Tuesday, you see how I came down here, hit the expected move to the downside, wicked, went up. So it served as support. Up, up, here, got up around it and wicked. So that's 2 weeks it stayed within it. Look here. Inside, 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 inside. So this is a great way of gauging, your range for the week. And here we go Monday. And I believe at the onset it was like right around 70 something bucks, 76. On this platform it had it at 76, and I think on TastyTrade it was like 70. So it's right around TastyTrade has a different way where they do their expected move, but they're generally right around close to being the same. And we see that the market opening up today, I would be curious to see what happens once it gets in this range, if it then bogs down, right? At some point, though, I expect the market to break out of these ranges and go one way or the other. But I like to, but I like to use that as a gauge of knowing what the market or having an expectation for the market. Now I got a scan that I run over here that shows me some shorts, and actually I don't have any shorts. Let's go through and let's look at like some stocks that are moving. So we come over here and we'll look at, we got the TSN. I have no idea what that stock is. It is, so this is a sizzle scan, So basically, these stocks that are on here, all of these stocks have a lot of like the option market is being traded heavily. It's being traded more. So this one right here that I got pulled up is like a 7 on the sizzle. So basically, it's 7 times what the normal rate of options would be played in a market. That's what's going on now. And this is Tyson Foods. So, Tyson Foods, but I don't like the chart. And so you wouldn't be able to pick a direction here. The IV rank is 17. I don't know a whole lot of, that you can do with this chart that looks like this. I don't know if unless you're looking to, buy some options, which is possible if you're bullish on it, or you just want to own the stock if you think it's gonna make it, make a move up here. Let's take a look at MOS. What is this? Mosaic. As you can see, it really don't matter, like, to me, what the stock is. If I pull it up and I like the chart and it's liquid, then, I'll look to do something in it. This one right here is just riding in a range. I bet you if I pulled up my squeeze indicator, this one is probably just compressed a little bit. Let's see. Yep. See, I got 3 red dots. So at some point, this stock right here is poised to break out. Might not be a bad one to keep on the list. Let's look at SDOW, Pro Shares Trust, Ultra Pro, Short Dow Third. Like, I don't even trade those. Anything like that, like it's a leverage product, I don't mess around with it. So I won't even. Roblox. Roblox is down. Let's see what's going on with Roblox. Got a gap down. Let's look at it on the weekly. So if you look at it on the weekly, look like it. Now I do remember me looking at this at one point, one thinking that it was gonna break out to the top, but you would have had to get it to break out of this range. It hadn't yet. Let's see how far it goes down. I wouldn't short this though. You'd be shorting into the hole. I'll let this go. HRL Hormel Foods. Looks like now this is a weekly chart. This looks good though. You're looking at this on the weekly. This looks good. Uh, you get a breakout like out of this little range here. Could run all the way up. Take this high out. Maybe make it about 37. About a $3 move. Let's drop down to a daily and take a look at it. Yeah, so you got a little range. You got a gap up. So they probably what they had. Nah, they didn't have earnings. They had it back on what's that, the 29th of February. So they must have had some news. It says Hermel Foods expects to once again wow the crowd at International Pizza Expo with its latest pizza. What's that? Pizza topping innovation. I don't know if that's the reason why it's something going on. Got a packaging redesign. They got some kind of news going on. Well, we had this gap here. Something happened here. Oh, well, it probably was just earnings. So earnings happened here and it gapped up and then it's just hitting in this range. So let's see what happens after that. I do like it on the weekly. When you look at it on the weekly, it looks good. Um, so this may be more like a long-term play. Let's take a look at Lyft. I stay away from Lyft. Me personally, I just think that at some point they would have to Uber would buy them out or something like that. You see, Lyft is hanging around at $17. If we go look at Uber, Uber is all the way up at like $75. It's looking crazy. Now, this right here, to be honest with you, this one normally I wouldn't do it now because I would have liked I like the short when it's at the high. But this ain't a bad one, like in my opinion. Um, so put a short position on. I'd rather get it though while it's going up, because it already, trickled down a little bit. So I wouldn't do it. Maybe you get a pullback to short. But you can see how the market just ripped up. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, it's on the stochastic. You can see where it's at. I wouldn't short it though, but on second thought, I wouldn't do it. I would have if I looked at it right here. But anyway, I just wanted to show a comparison between Uber and Lyft. One is where it's at, and another one is where it's at. I don't think that Uber is giving up any of that business that in the ride share. Let's take a look at so we got looked at Lyft, Lee Auto. I don't know anything about this. Let's see. Let's look at the daily chart. It's all over the place. You got gaps everywhere. Something like this though, that's the great thing about options. Like if you want to trade an option, you don't necessarily have to pick a direction on this. You got high IV. It's already had its earnings. This might be a prime like iron condor candidate. Sell some junk out here, sell some junk out here, and then just see if the make the market beat you. See if it's gonna stay in between here. And I think I already pulled up Apple. Now Apple, I see a nice some fib levels that can be placed in here. Let's see. Come on now. So with Apple coming down in here, not a perfect setup because it kind of chopped down here in the 618 zone, but it did touch it, and then we got a gap up, and it looked like and it's been going down, so it's not like. Let's take a look at the intraday. Let's see if we got something on the intraday. Yeah, I don't see any nice bull flags, but it is making a nice move up. You got an IV rank of 43, so the playbook's open on selling options. If you're now I did see somewhere, I don't know where I seen it at, that Warren Buffett sold some Apple or sold a lot of his Apple. I don't know how much. I don't remember how much. Maybe I'll research that and come back on that in a later video later in the week. But I did see somewhere where they said that Warren Buffett had sold some of his Apple. So uh, if the Oracle sold his Apple, like who are we to buy it, right? But however, you got a breakout. It's coming out of the oversold on my stochastic, and it got a gap up. So if you wanna, if you were gonna get long, I guess you place your stop down here somewhere, and then see what you get. See if it's gonna continue to run. Um, Target this trend line up here. So hey guys, I did want to look at some. Let's go take a look at forex. Look at the Euro USD just to see what it's doing. You can see it's in a huge triangle. When you zoom out on the weekly, you got a nice trend line right here. I don't see anything I do though. Um, I'd have to see it break out of that range. Got to give me a flag or something like that to But at some point, just looking at this, you can see these trend. It'll converge and it'll keep coiling up just like a spring. And then at some point, you're gonna get a big move in either direction. So, hey guys, if you got something out of this, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe channel. Let me know what stocks you guys are looking at, what you're looking to trade, and maybe I'll look at it too. And with that, I'm gonna be out, guys. Peace.